Hi everyone, we are live. Hi, welcome to our Friday Facebook Live with Live Life Travel, hosted by me, Ann Gordon. Welcome back. So today we have some questions that were sent in this week, and of course, the benefit of you guys being live is, of course, you can either come on camera or you can chat, put some chats up on the screen and ask your questions live and interactive with me. That is the whole purpose of these Friday Facebook Lives, is to help you guys with all of your honeymoon questions for planning, because it is a crazy time to plan travel. Trust me. Every single day we have questions ourselves that are challenging, and this is what we do as a profession, and I'm 6 years in, and it's a challenging time, I will tell you. COVID is no joke, and all these rules, and we just have to keep each other safe. So the number one tip I have for everyone everywhere is get vaccinated. It is the number one way that we can protect each other at home, in school, at work, and that is without traveling. I mean, think about it. Even before COVID, in order to travel safely around the world, you had to get a vaccination. So this has nothing to do with travel. This is just about keeping people safe at home and in your neighborhood, your community, at your school. So that's just common sense at home. But where travel is concerned, it's always been about getting vaccinated. It's quite a miracle if you think about it. The modern miracle of science. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. I've had a head cold this week, so forgive me if I'm a little cloudy. But I'm glad that I could make it here with all of you on this Friday, the Friday before Halloween. So if any of you want to tell us what you're going to be this Sunday, please do. That is always exciting. So with that, let's get started with the first question, this question comes from Kate in Connecticut. I'm not sure which part of Connecticut. So Kate's question is about over-the-water bungalows, which is like the dreamiest of dreamy honeymoon accommodations in the world, I think. I always wanted to do an over-the-water bungalow for my honeymoon. I think it's like the ultimate. So her question is where we would recommend the best ultimate over-the-water bungalow for her and her fiance. So that's a pretty broad question, and it's pretty hard to answer just without knowing Kate and her fiance, or where they're traveling from, or what their budget is. But I can talk about over-the-water bungalows. I've written an article about it that's been published in Saratoga Bride, which of course we can post those articles in the Facebook group. And one thing I've realized that I have not mentioned, because this is really only going out to the Facebook group, but we are posting the replays. I like to call them repeats, because I am a former television girl. Before I went into travel, I worked in TV, so I love television. So these are our repeats on YouTube. Our Facebook group URL, in case you are engaged or newlywed and you are planning a honeymoon, you are invited to join our group, and you can find us at facebook.com/groups/live life travel. That's groups/live life travel. Now, if you are not engaged or newlywed and you are not planning a honeymoon, please do not join this group. It is not a group for you. You will be probably bored to death. You will not be eligible to win the prize. And then if you do win the prize, we'll have to do this whole thing where you unwin the prize and have to redraw the prize, and it'll be super annoying for everyone. But we do have another luxury travel group that is really geared towards our ultra luxe clients and friends, family, prospects, people that we know well that have expressed interest in traveling with us and really love travel. So if you would like to join that group, because if you're listening to me, you probably have some kind of interest in travel, I'm guessing. That is groups/plan with Anne, and that's Anne with an E. So facebook.com/groups/plan with Anne, Anne with an E. And that's more personalized just to me and my clients, whereas this honeymoon group is for all of Live Life Travel and all of our honeymoon specialists and honeymoon advisors who are, they specialize in all different parts of the world. So I am not the only honeymoon specialist advisor at Live Life Travel. Hi, Vanessa. Thank you so much for joining. Happy Friday. If you have any questions, you can text them in. We are talking about over-the-water bungalows. A question from Kate in Connecticut has come in. So back to that. Without knowing much about Kate or her budget or what airport she's coming out of, I can talk a little bit about over-the-water bungalows, my thoughts on them. They are definitely getting built more and more because their popularity is obviously, everyone loves them. There are some in Mexico that all have pools and they're beautiful and they have the see-through, like the glass floor, so you can light that up at night and see the fish and stuff, which I think is super cool. My personal, I want to call it a bar, the bar, set the bar, I won't go below. I need an over-the-water bungalow that has a pool, a private pool not in the bungalow, but on the porch of the bungalow overlooking the water. That for me is a must-have. I'm not paying the money for an over-the-water bungalow that doesn't come with its own private pool. I don't want a bathtub on the balcony. Nope, not gonna cut it. I don't want to take a bath outside in an over-the-water bungalow. I want a pool. So, that's what I'm saying. So I do know that with Sandals resorts, a lot of them don't have pools. They just have the hammock net and they have the soaking tub, and only some of them have pools. So that for me is an issue, but you still get the over-the-water bungalow. It's a personal choice. All the ones in Mexico have the pool. Sandals is a hit or miss. You have to ask. You should definitely ask. If you're not using us as a travel advisor, because that's the first thing I'm going to tell you, and you're using a different travel advisor, or you're, if you're, booking on your own, God forbid, don't do that. Definitely look into that, because you're going to be really, really disappointed because you would assume, right? And then there's also a ton of different ones down at other resorts in the Caribbean. Some do, some don't. And there's some, really beautiful ones down in the Caribbean. Really ultra luxe. And then there's some moderate ones. We have a list of all of them, and some look great on the internet, some get moderate reviews, some get rave reviews. So we really rely on our travel agent network to kind of, I don't ever look at TripAdvisor, because TripAdvisor is full of fake reviews, and also not even the fake reviews. I don't even care about the fake reviews. We all know that, but I'm more worried about the person that I don't know that might be like, I'm more worried about the person that I just don't know. Like, I don't know what their standard is. So they could be eating like I don't know what kind of food they like. They could be eating McDonald's every day of the week and then saying the food's great. Or, you know, like, but I know the travel advisors are comparing resort to resort to resort. So I know what their standard is. So we go by people that have been to the resort very recently, are comparing resort to resort to resort. So that's what I trust. I don't ever look at TripAdvisor. I just don't find that it's not an apples to apples type of comparison for me. So ultimately, let's get down to it. Over the water bungalows, if you're going to do it right, you're going to go to Bora Bora or the Maldives. And yes, they are long flights, but they are where you're going to go there and like all of your dreams are going to have come true, because that's the picture in your head, right? So yeah, you can do it so many other places that are closer. And yes, you can do it, and we can find you places that will make your dreams come true. And at Sandals, the nice part about it is that any Sandals resort, you can book 3 years in advance, which if you want an over-the-water bungalow, you almost need to book 3 years in advance. Or if you want a butler suite or a love nest or, whatever they call the fancy suites, you have to book 3 years in advance, because if you don't, the price is going to go up or the category is going to be sold out, because they do put them on sale that far in advance. And then they also have a travel agency like on site. So when people go there, they let them book a year, 2 or 3 in advance, which kind of screws up their inventory for people that aren't on site yet. So, excuse me, I had a cold this week. So, but the good thing about Sandals is that you can put down a $400 deposit 3 years ahead of time, and that's fully refundable. So know that. Those are reasons you work with a travel advisor as well. We know all of those things. So you put this $400 deposit down, totally refundable. We could work on finding something else for you in the meantime. But if that's still your favorite thing, you have the rate. If the rate goes down, you can price match it, get the lower rate. It's still on hold for you. You have everything on hold. But at the end of the day, Bora Bora, really can't beat it. I'll be posting lots of pictures in the Facebook group of my favorite over the water bungalows, and of course the Maldives, even a farther flight. But oh my God, like so many amazing resorts, it's unbelievable. It's almost too pretty to even imagine that it exists on our planet. So yeah, if you're gonna do it and it's a once in a lifetime kind of trip, like a honeymoon, I think that I would definitely go all out and do Bora Bora or the Maldives. And so Bora Bora is also, just geography-wise, part of French Polynesia, and also part of the islands of Tahiti. So to get to Bora Bora, you usually fly into LA, and then you fly from LA to Papeete, which is on Tahiti. Typically, you get there really late at night, so you have to overnight in Papeete and then fly to Bora Bora. FYI. There's also the islands of Moorea, and there's a lot of other islands that are really beautiful. Tahiti sounds really great, but it's not usually the island that people want to stay on. A lot of people will stay on Moorea and a bunch of other islands, but Bora Bora is the ultimate blue water, over the water bungalows where you see all the pictures, and it has like that big mountain where everyone wants to have the view and the sunset and all of that stuff. So those are the photos that you see. It's actually Bora Bora. And then the Maldives has it's like thousands of different atolls and it's like almost like 1,000 little Bora Boras all put together in the Indian Ocean down. Most people, you would usually, if you fly out of New York City, you go through Dubai, and really an interesting thing to do, because it is almost a 24-hour flight in total, is to take a few days in Dubai and to do a stop over there. And Dubai is actually a really, really, really interesting place to go. They even have an Atlantis there. But I'd actually be interested in visiting Dubai. I haven't done that yet, but since you have to go through there and it's such a long flight, it would be a really fascinating place to go on your way to the Maldives. You can also go through Singapore, which is on my life list. I can't wait to go to Singapore, but I'm not spending just 3 days there. I'm spending like a week and a half or 2 weeks in Singapore. I can't wait to go to Singapore. I want to go to Singapore just for the airport. The airport is has a waterfall in it. It's like, and I could do a whole webinar or FaceTime on just Singapore. So we'll save that for another day. But anyway, Singapore could be another go through for the Maldives. Anyway, so that's the over the water bungalows. Thank you for that question, Kate. Our next question is about Italy from Mike and Nicole. They postponed their honeymoon to Italy. When should they start planning? How can they be sure that they can travel? Okay. Well, thank you for the question. So we had a lot of Italy. I would say Italy is our number one destination that we plan for honeymoons overall. We do a lot of Italy, a lot of Greece, a lot of Thailand, a lot of Hawaii. We do a lot of Mexico, St. Lucia, Africa. I'm looking at my sign over here. Yeah, those are the big ones. And Bora Bora, Maldives, your traditional, but those are the big ones probably. We also do a lot of Key West and Costa Rica, a lot of Caribbean, especially this year. And we've been doing a ton of U.S. park trips this year, which, wow, how beautiful. Utah. Woo. I need to get out there. The pictures are just astounding. It's unbelievable. But anyway, back to Italy. We plan Italy a lot. It is probably one of my biggest specialties. So we are going to be planning a lot of Italy replanning. So to answer your question, Mike and Nicole, in a typical year, we can't start planning Italy until probably after the new year. Italy is the type of place that is seasonal. So, because the Italians are so cool, especially like the Amalfi Coast, they actually close their hotels around, November and don't open again until, March or whatever. So they actually go home to Sorrento or, no, actually they leave Sorrento. That's still the Amalfi Coast. They go home to Naples, Napoli, they go back north. But because of COVID and everything, and because of the big losses, I'm not sure though, if they're staying open or not, but I do know that they are open for reservations, and no one's kind of waiting to take reservations. They've already moved inventory from 2020 into 2021 and 2021 into 2022, and they are now booking for 2022. So I would recommend to start booking for 2022, as in next year, right now. I would not wait. I would make sure that you're booking with the right type of flexibility. So we are personally able to book with cancel for any reason travel insurance for all of Europe and I believe all of Asia as well. We've been working on that over the past few weeks to figure out if there's any destinations we can't book that with, but I am pretty positive that we can. There's different levels, so you can either, you know, spend more to get your cash back or spend a little less to get a travel credit to book, you know, to rebook another time in the next year. There's a lot of different options. So when you're ready to book, you just have to go to livelifetravel.world. That's livelifetravel.world and click on Let's Start Planning. You fill out a quick intake form and then you'll get a link to our calendar, and within, you know, 24 to 48 hours, you'll be on a Zoom call or a phone call, depending on your preference, with us, talking about your next trip and all of your options. So it's really easy. For any European destination for 2022, spring, summer, fall, plan now. Do not wait. It is going to be too late after the new year to, not too late to go, but for a honeymoon or a special occasion, I would definitely recommend doing it now. The flight costs are going to be out of control. Business and first class will be sold out. There's not a lot of seats up front. And the hotels that you want are either going to be sold out or just the supply and demand is just going to be, there's not going to be enough space left to price it out to make it worth it even going. In my opinion, like, you have to do it now or just wait. So, that is my advice. Now or never. Or wait, not never. I didn't say never. There's always a time to go. But if you are planning on going, I would recommend planning now. There's no reason to wait, especially if we can offer you cancel for any reason insurance. Right? So, yeah, and that's all of Europe. And Asia too. I mean, they're open now. So with the boosters and everything, and with cancel for any reason insurance, there is really no reason to wait. And if you wait, we're probably not going to be able to help you because it will be overpriced or sold out, and we'll recommend that you wait until the next year or go off season in the winter and go see the Christmas markets, which it's really beautiful then too. And you can go this year for the Christmas markets as well. And it is beautiful. But then again, I would say go to the Caribbean, but the Caribbean's like pretty sold out this year too. But there's definitely options. We're sending out plans for Christmas week today. So there are still options for sure. And let's see, do we have, favorite resorts for honeymoon? I'm sorry, that is way too broad and I have way too many. I have like thousands or at least hundreds, but I am going to start making a list. And you know what? Everything we do is so custom based on, what our clients love and like what's best for them. So like what my favorite resort is, it would be different for every couple because it's based on like, some people might want an all-inclusive and some people might want an adults only, and some people might want a boutique resort, and some people might want a fun resort with like lots of activity at night. So the thing is that we know a lot of resorts and we have a lot of information and we've been there and that's what we do well. So we have in our repertoire the knowledge to point you in the right direction and make sure that you're matched up perfectly with what's going to be the perfect favorite resort for you. So that's what we love to do, and we hope we can help you. We know we can help you, but we hope you reach out. And I I think that's all I have, but if anyone else has any questions they want to pop up on the screen, we're more than happy to take them. Otherwise, we will see you next Friday on our Facebook Friday Live. We have been able to reschedule our St. Martin trip to Secrets. So we will be doing that live again, I think in a couple weeks. I will announce it on the Facebook page, and we will put up the enter to win and more information. I just got a little head cold this week, so I was a little down for the count, but thank you guys so much for joining. We really appreciate you. Congratulations, and have a great weekend. Bye.